Hey there, how's it going? What's up, everybody? Irish Orangutan is back to pass along what you need to know to get better at Madden and grow your mutt team. Enjoy the show.
Hey, we're going to be talking about the Ultimate Legends and the fire sale that's more or less been going on with them. I have vastly upgraded my team. By the end of the day, we might be at 98 overall. I'm excited to see exactly how close we're going to be. Some of the positions of want that I really needed, they came out with players that are just better than what I had, so I went out and got them. One of them being Calvin Johnson. I just acquired his power up because it is far less than what I ever imagined it would be. That's only going for 6,000. I did go and get his big ultimate legend. I am excited to go through the 8 new players that came out today and kind of how you can acquire these players. Sadly, I should have waited a little bit longer because these have gotten back down to the 1.2 million range. I got mine for about 1.34, so 90,000 coins. It stings, but I will get past it somehow, some way. If I would have waited a week, I'm sure it would have been far less than that. But this is just a great player. Wanted him on my team. Going to go out and see what he can do today. Of his power up, I really hope that he has a limited time player for his power up. We'll be looking at that here in just a minute as well. But yeah, 98 overall. Calvin Johnson is a phenom. He is great at jumping. Sorry, I'm clicking around. I am very excited that, as you can see, that's mine. They are identical. Don't have any of those chemistries on him yet. Going to wait until I get the power up. I'm going to have my first gold 99. If I need to go out and purchase that 94, I'll figure out whatever I need to do. It's only 92 to 93. I actually have a power up pass for that. We'll check that out here in less than a few minutes, but keep track of some of these players and what their values are because some of these are the best players in the game and you can get them for really low value right now. As you can see, these are selling off. They were up to about 2 million at one point, and now it's came back down to closer to where it should be. The other headliner today, my man, if he pulls up for me, come on, let's go to free safeties. Sean Taylor, um, someone put him up for a little bit less expensive than I thought they should, and I nabbed him right away. It was actually a little bit less than what that first one I was looking at went for. I'm going to be able to get him to the 99 speed here in just 1 second. As you can see, there's mine. But looking at him against Kraus, it's not really a competition at this point. He's just physically a lot better. Kraus again has his coverage skills. I was a little bit surprised actually that Sean Taylor got the nod before Kraus. I know that Sean Taylor is a better name for the um, for Mutt especially, but I still thought Kraus would get it first because he hadn't got an upgrade for quite some time. But both are Redskins. Both are going to be on my team until the end of the year, and Sean Taylor is going to be my number one free safety until the end of the year. But again, these are going for around 1 million coins. You're going to need a more upper echelon team, but they do have the sets to build these cards, and we'll be going through because I love what they did with some of those cards that are a little bit lower down. There's going to be some great budget players that are going to be rocking on teams and going to be able to get some of the players that just came into the game to get up and compete with the players that have been playing since the beginning of the year. Those were 98 overall players. Excited. I'm actually going to have two gold 99s here very shortly. So we'll be able to show that off a little bit now and a little bit next week. Again, with these 97s, they're going for a considerable lower amount than what the other guys are. So if you have a little bit less of a team, if you've played a few solo battle weeks, you'll have enough coins to go out and grab one of these players. And if one of them came for your favorite team, it'll help you out a whole bunch. This Romanowski compares actually pretty favorably to what a Ray Lewis kind of would be. He's great in the run. He's actually got a pretty good zone. He's a mean football player. Can't really bring that into much, but he has the high motor. I'm like 100% sure. I'd even check that, but he has to have that. Otherwise, this game is not accurate, but Romanowski is a great player. If you're having trouble with the run or if you have a lot of stretches ran down you or something like that, this is the player you need to go out and get. He's going to play really, really well for you. Next up, we have Anthony Munoz. I actually picked up a couple of those because I thought what he was valued at was way too low, but evidently that's what the market is kind of settling at this point. Another thing to note with these players coming out, it has absolutely crashed what training is worth. I purchased a few players, which we can talk about here in a second, and you will see for around 15 coins per training. So if you have enough, go out and get these players. There's actually some really good value lower down in the market as well with some of these players. So go out and get the training that you really need to upgrade some of those limited players that have been coming out. But as you can see, Munoz is great. He's going to be my left tackle for the rest of the year. I really wish his power up card was a little bit less. It was about 3 times as much as the Calvin Johnson was that I had purchased and that you saw at the beginning of this. But he is a great player. He's great in the run, great in the pass. He's going to fit in really well on my team with his speed also. Oops, went back a little bit too far with that. Now we got to get our bloody filters back up. Cool. Program. Really excited that Trumpet Monkey got the host this morning. I try to tune in on, actually, I can probably just look here, on Saturdays to him. He is a wonderful man and does a lot of good and entertaining things on his channel. So if you are not listening in here or you want to watch some gameplay instead of looking over the players, make sure you check him out also. Next up, we have Javon Curse. He had the nickname The Freak, and he fits very well to that. He is as fast as Power Up Khalil Mack. He is, well, he's actually not that bad block shedding either. He's up there at 90. He's kind of that upper echelon player that allows you to do anything you want with him. He has some other players that we'll be talking about a little bit later in the sets. But the thing about those sets is there are some different value type of cards and one out of position player actually. So I'm excited to go through and show you exactly what those are for each of these players also. Yeah, he is great at just about anything. You don't necessarily want to drop him into coverage, but if you want to user him the same way people are with Peppers now, he's kind of like someone who doesn't have 2 million to go out and spend, but has 500,000 on their team. Julius Peppers, he fits in really well there. As you can see with the market, we can refresh this real quick and see what the values are now. But some are selling for around 400,000, and that's kind of what 97s have settled at, and that's just incredible. I've been playing since the beginning of the year, and just seeing like some of these guys that were going for 1 million just selling frequently for 400,000 is just crazy to me, to be honest. Next player I wanted to talk about was Randall McDaniel. Haven't actually compared him to Quentin yet, and now that I have, I am a little bit frustrated with getting him pulled a little while back, but I do have Quentin Nat, so he just kind of fits there. I loved Randall McDaniel growing up. He is great at what he does. I guess he is a little bit slower, but not that much slower. Um, Only 3 speed lower. Wow. But yeah, he is great at what he does. I want to see his impact at 92, so that's very, very solid. I think his lead block's going to be elite also. Those are injury and stamina. I wonder why something in the middle of the card was that high up. 95 lead block, so he's really great at what he does also, and a little bit better pass blocker than Quentin Nelson. So as players in the middle continue to get better and better, Quentin might have a couple struggles. He is a better lead blocker, but I kind of needed the run blocker that can lead on one side of my line, and that fits in really well. Especially that I'm going to be going back to Mahomes. I'll be running the ball to the left a little bit more and then throwing the ball to the right. Just seems to fit a little better with my scheme. Of course, do switch it up, and now that I'm throwing with Vic, I'm seeing the left side of the field a little bit better also. So excited to be able to throw both sides. But Randall McDaniel's really great at what he does. Go out and get him if you're a Vikings fan, and he will be a great guard. He's an end game card. All these players really you can have until the end of the year. They made them those type of players. They really did. I think they focused on trying to make them good at just about everything that they do and everything that you need so you can have them until the end of the year. Being 98 and 99, of course, it allows you to be that good also. As you can see, I got a couple of those because those were valued a little bit less than the rest. Sadly, I'm going to have to ditch my Redskin punter and get him sold off. Sadly, I'm sure his value has just dropped like 50% today, but that's okay. He might become training also with Mahomes and me needing that upgrade. Definitely going to be using him. Um, he might be my punter. I might keep Tressway. I really don't use them that much, and now that I have, I guess his accuracy's not that bad. Great awareness, I guess. Wonder how much that actually affects them. I'm interested in checking that out a little bit. But really, sorry, wandered a little bit, but his kick power is great. Probably the greatest punter of all time, especially going back to that era. So if you want a punter and you actually do punt the ball, which I do frequently because I depend on my defense a little bit more than my offense, so I love to throw interceptions and while I'm trying to score points. This is someone that you need to go out and get. And last but not least, and he has continued to go up in value, I think more than anybody else, to be honest. Well, nope, he's actually back down to 420 now, too. Morton Anderson, acquired him also. Now have five of those bad boys. Um, yeah, just the greatest kicker in the game at this point right now. Has the kick power and accuracy that should allow you to even wander a little bit and be able to still get the ball through the uprights. So go out and get him if you need the kicker and are struggling in that category because he will immensely help your team. He is wonderful at what he does. Next thing that I wanted to kind of look through were kind of the exchange sets and things like that. You could potentially get the player that's worth 1,000,000 coins by re-rolling some of the lower cards and potentially getting that. But also you get when the 97s are going for 400,000, so that is a huge risk. I was really considering and going to be doing this because I thought I would be a lower pool and going and get Sean Taylor, but with him being at a value I thought was halfway reasonable, I went and got him. Um, as you can see, these are very similar to the other sets that came out earlier with the regular legends, but with a big difference in that these players are really kind of varied in what they do. The 295s are going to be similar, but then there's a physical, which he is obviously a little bit quicker and more athletic than the others. He's as good as the 98 overall physically. And then we go back, and if you just need more of a possession wide receiver, we'll get to that one in the middle here in just 1 second. This is the player that you need to go out and get. He's great at all those things, but he's very slow. That's even slower than I had anticipated, to be perfectly honest. That's pretty bad. But yeah, he's great at catching the ball. And then there's the tight end Calvin, which a lot of people are probably going to have on their teams if they can or if they can't get the regular Calvin because he can't run block, which is a little bit disappointing. But he is right at 90 speed and not quite as good as Kittle, so I guess a lot of people won't go out and get him. But I like the idea of this. They did these for all of the players. I'll go through a couple of the other ones. Sean Taylor, I'm really excited about. They actually went out and got a halfback made for him. Ooh, sadly, I thought that was going to be a little less expensive, but I was going to go out and get him. But I am not. 40,000, but a lot of people are going to want to rock him. That's perfectly fair. And the mental is going to be a lot less with just the 80 speed. So the lower ones, the 90 and the 89s, are kind of the physical and the mental of what the higher ranked players. Munoz has a right tackle. I don't know what that McDaniel has. Excuse me, I didn't check that one out. He has a fullback. That's pretty cool. Which kind of wish Sean Taylor would have a fullback because the Redskins don't have one at all. Pretty slow, similar to Kelsey. Great at what he does. Probably should be a little bit better at what he does. Lead blocking wise, it's only 68 speed, but that's okay. So I'm excited they did what they did with those. It would have been nice if they did with Sean Taylor and switched sides of the field and made them able to be played with each other. To be honest, because if you have a D tackle Romanowski and our middle linebacker Romanowski, you can't play them on the field at the same time. You can't have them both on your team at the same time. Like they can be in your binder, but not in your lineup. Um, D tackle Romanowski. And we have Javon Curse, left outside linebacker. That's not that exciting. He could do that otherwise. Wonder if he's a quarterback or did he switch to a punter? Kicker just stayed a kicker, I guess. That's boring. Boo. Make him a free safety and slow as all get out. Um, yeah, that was kind of boring. They kept those the same, but it's exciting they did the rest, so shouldn't be complaining too much. Super Bowl and Team of the Year more or less wrapping up. I wonder if Team of the Year prices are going down. But excited that the rest are going down and a few more players are selling off so I can maybe go out and get a little bit more training as well. This is a really great day for you to go out and get those things. Excited to look through um, and see exactly what I will need to do to get this Calvin all the way upgraded and see if you need some of those lower pieces or if you just need the one limited card, hopefully limited card that came out earlier this year. You don't even need the limited that came out this year. That's just a lot of training. Holy cow, that's a lot of training. I might need to go out and get another Ray guy or two. So yeah, just pretty much training all the way through. So I have all the pieces that I need to get him powered up. So let's do that right now. Actually, I'm gonna go sell a Ray guy and show you my first 99 at the end of this video. Actually, Ray guy quick sold. And when I say my first 99, I do mean my first 99 gold. I'm just overjoyed that I'm going to have one wide receiver. Well, actually, now I have like five wide receivers that I'm very happy to depend on, but one guy that can outjump the rest and is a little bit more physical. Guess he's kind of a blend of Julio and Randy and just has the physical ability. Oh, this is going to be gorgeous. Sadly, I won't have that card art because I'll just be upgrading them to this, but that is beautiful. All those gold 99s. I am just so overjoyed with the players that I have been able to acquire and just the player that he is. So I looked at him a little bit earlier on stream and noticed that he already has all the go deep things that I want on him. So I'm actually going to put West Coast on. I'm going to look at his spin before I do that. Only need Sprinter times one because I have close to 40 of those now, sadly. Not sadly, I'm very excited about that. But so I did a poor thing to myself. Yeah, you can't get deep route specialist in the second one, so you need to be cognizant of that. Don't need juke or spin. Playmaker for sure. And we're going to go see his spin move and see if we need to upgrade his zone or if West Coast will work. Wow, he is magnificent just as he is. Run blocking, not great. Not while we got him. Spin move already at 90, so let's get that catching up to a 99 with some West Coast. Oh, I always do that. I think I'm in my lineup and need to hit X. Going to be doing the same thing with Munoz and Sean Taylor. Just absolutely overjoyed that we have these players to share with you, and we'll continue to share some gameplay. Haven't been putting out nearly as many of those videos, but we'll be doing that now that we got some exciting players that we can go out and show you with that 99 gold. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much for tuning in. Take care, everybody.
Thanks for checking into the Irish Orangutan channel. Keep coming back to keep getting better at Madden and growing your MUT team. There'll be at least 5 videos up a week, so make sure to subscribe and also hit the bell right next to it to make sure you see them all. Come by Twitch to engage or hit me up on Twitter at Irish Orangutan. Take care, everybody.